OVW was was it your first place you went, or DCW, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, that's where I came. I decided I wanted to do it, and I did a little research, and it was there, and it was Atlanta.
And then you picked OVW. So do you remember who you talked to first, or I mean, you didn't start out. I'm trying to think at that time. Rip had DCW. Was the contract still there?
Yeah, contract was there.
So were you in the beginners class then?
Rip, you were doing intermediate class, I believe.
Yeah.
Plug my computer
right.
in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably at that time. Who was the beginner teacher?
Oh, so you guys had Tank on last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tank was my very first teacher for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Him and Seth Skyfire.
Oh, right.
And I ran the ropes for the first time, and I have some athletic ability, I guess. So I ran them for the first time, and I thought I was going to fall out of the ring. But Tank looked at me and said, "You ribbing me? You worked before?" I said, "No." So Tank was there for 2 weeks, and then Joey Matthews took over the final, probably 10 weeks, I guess, of the beginners class.
You do all the calisthenics and stuff then, huh?
God, he beat the shit out of us.
Yeah. I remember we'd come in for like a show or whatever, like, back to Davis Arena, to meet up, to leave or whatever. And I remember Joey would have you guys, or maybe you weren't in the class at the time, I don't know, but like out in the parking lot doing squats, like running around the building or the parking lot or whatever. I was like, good Lord, man.
Yeah, we do over 1,000 squats in a given day.
It'd be like 90 degrees outside, and he'd have them outside doing all kinds of shit in the parking lot.
Yeah, he'd have us there until you guys would show up after us, just to have us do another 500 squats in front of you.
Oh yeah, I bet we were coming to class, probably, weren't we? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was wild. I used to give him so much shit about that. He didn't. Obviously, he didn't care, but.
Well, he always had a chip on his shoulder, and he would tell us. He said, you might not be the biggest guy, or you might not be able to cut the best promo, but no one's ever going to outwork you.
I mean, I love Joey. I just gave him shit. I got to know him pretty well, so he was kind of booking, there when the contract left, and we were doing all the house shows on the weekends, or whatever, for OVW. So I got to know him pretty well. Would ride with him to places and stuff like that. So I'd fuck with him. We were, I feel like, pretty cool or whatever. But he was one of those guys that wasn't the biggest for sure. But man, he made shit look real, and he had that mentality that he was like a badass type of guy, man. Like he made everything look good, and he was convincing. That's for sure.
He intimidated the shit out of me.
Really good.
Yeah. Joey was. He was good, man. I haven't talked to him for a long time. We used to keep in touch a little bit, but haven't seen him. I just remember one show where he started feuding with Blair. Remember Blair, Anthony Bravado?
Yeah.
Started feuding with him, and I remember there was a show that Joey took a chair, or Bravado took a chair that Joey blocks it, wrestles it away from him, turns and hits him with it. He gets in the bag. I'm like, oh, real nice, Joey. Like, you just blocked it from a freaking stud bodybuilder, took it from him, hit him over the head. Way to put yourself over, just giving him all kinds. Fuck you. He didn't care. He was awesome, man. I love that.
It was probably the Six Flags show. Is probably why he did it.
Could have been. So then you got in with, you guys did the Theta Land and Beside, then you started doing it. When did you finally ever get gear, man? I mean, what took you so long to get gear? I can't believe Rip and those guys let you go so long without being a fucking wrestler and showing your body off and doing all that.
Hang on. Didn't you wear baggy jeans for about 5 years or something?
I didn't look like you, though. I mean, I had skinny legs. They're still skinny, or lean legs, as Twinkle Toes used to say. I wore baggy pants. Yeah, I did for a while. I was a fucking school teacher. I wasn't Beef Wellington, man. Like, yeah.
Well, those little plaid shorts that I had, those are pretty small. So
yeah,
that was a pretty good gimmick. I wished I'd try that one again at FCW.
Big gold and a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band wrap, and when it pops.